This is the Ordinary Business Podcast for business owners who want honest conversations, a lean business, and an extraordinary life on their own terms. I have had my email list for, I think, 14 years. I think I've had an email list my entire business. If not 14 years, somewhere very close to that. And I remember the first email that I sent out was a Merry Christmas blast, kind of like what dentists send out. That's what I basically did to my clients who, spoiler alert, I did not get permission to add to my MailChimp list. Lucky for them, I did not actually send out newsletters very often. I think those first 2 or 3 years, it was literally like once or twice a year I would send out something, And then eventually I learned, oh, you're not supposed to add people without permission. So I removed everyone and then started creating freebies and that kind of thing. So I've had this email list for 14-ish years. And you know how many clients have come from it? 2. Yes, 2. And yet I still send emails. So I'm very aware of all the people who talk about email list is your number one moneymaker. Email list is where it's at. Email's the only thing you own. And while I'm not anti-email list. I think you should have an email list, but it has never been part of my client pipeline, even though I've tried. I have tried to make it work. It's not that I don't want it to work. It just doesn't. And so I'm here to remind you that there are other perfectly legitimate ways to run a profitable business. Because again, I have been in business for 14 years. I have been profitable every single year. And my email list plays 1% part in that. I don't even know if 1%. And so first I want to talk about why do I email if it doesn't serve my business? And I think for me, I do like to have a way to talk to people without having to worry about an algorithm. It's a way to stay visible and top of mind, even if it doesn't lead to direct client sales. And I know I had someone on Threads the last time I talked about this that was like, are the clients on your email list, but then maybe they just also follow you on Instagram and then end up DMing you there? No. I went and checked. I went and checked my last, I don't even know, dozen or so clients to see if they were on my email list before we worked together. And they were not. I do think of it as another connection point, but the fact is, most of my clients, when they sign up to work with me, weren't even getting that other connection point from me. And I know that it's nice to own it. I know this is the only thing I own. So if Instagram falls apart tomorrow, I do still have this other audience that I can lean on. For me, that is a little scary because, so far they haven't converted. I haven't had success using email in that way. And I did also want to talk about kind of how I have used email, because that's the other question that email gurus always ask me when I talk about this. I have tried, I honestly swear, I think I've tried 30 plus different opt-ins. And so that's one part that is difficult, is it is really hard to get people on my email list. I have always struggled with that. I'm not afraid to admit that, because I have tried PDFs. I have tried little template kind of things. I have tried video series. I've tried webinars. I have tried audio things. I've tried email challenges. I have tried custom GPTs. I have tried quizzes. I have tried it all. And yes, all of those did bring some people. But when I say some people, I'm saying 3 subscribers a month. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, my list grows so incredibly slow. The only thing that I have had a little bit of success with when it comes to my email list is if I do like workshops, free challenges, summits, etc. I do grow my list that way, but again, it's not very much. I even this year tried productizing my newsletter. Still, again, I get like 4 people a month or something. So that is one part. And then over the years, I have done different things. I think for a long time, I probably did stick to just one email a month. And then as I got further in business, I was like, okay, I should really try to email once a week. So I moved to once a week. I even for a while had an email copywriter write my emails for me. So someone who is well versed in email marketing and copywriting, writing my emails, and still did not see an ROI. But I was willing to outsource it at that point because 1, I had the budget, and 2, I was like, I hate email. It doesn't work. It just takes up my time and I don't like it. So if I can just take this off my plate, that would be great. And then eventually I was like, okay, maybe I'll take this back over and do more of like a personal approach to email. And to be honest, I spent many, many years feeling like a failure because email didn't work for me. And I felt like something was wrong with me. And finally, at some point, I don't know what changed, but at some point I was like, this doesn't work for me. You've been in business long enough to know that being solo is not a stepping stone. And most communities pretend you either want to be solo because you're broke and desperate, or that you secretly want to scale. And the Ordinary Business Network is neither of those things. We are a network for service providers who are focused on becoming better, not bigger. Sign up for only $150 a year if you join by July 31st. Go to theordinarybusiness.com to learn more. And I still have a profitable, sustainable, enjoyable business. Like, I've been around for 14 years. I've been profitable every single year. Why am I spending so much energy trying to, quote unquote, figure this out, trying to get it to work for me when clearly it's not? And so I think it's been 3 years ago now that I sat down and created a year-long email sequence. Because again, I know the importance of an email list and staying engaged with your email list, even if it doesn't do anything for me. So I repurposed some emails, wrote some evergreen emails, and I have an evergreen sequence that goes out every single week. Once you're on my list, you get added to that sequence, and then you get all the emails over the course of a year. And to me, it's like my version of the Instagram 9 grid. That's kind of what I see it as like, I'm still here and I'm still active, quote unquote, but I'm not having to dedicate energy to it. I do, in addition to that, obviously, like if I'm in a launch with the summit, I send out manual emails promoting the launch. And then once a month, I do send an extra email that is basically more like timely. Not that people really know the difference. It's not like the sequence, it's not like it says it's a sequence or anything, but I do send at the end of each month kind of like this is something I've been learning or something I really want to share with you. And then here's recent episodes, videos, upcoming workshop from a friend, those kinds of things. Now, the other question that people have is, where do clients come from if not email? This confuses people. They're like, what? What do you mean you don't get clients from email? So my clients come from 3 main places. I looked at the data earlier this year and literally like made a tally to see where people came from. Number one is referrals. And I actually saw this to be true for a lot of business owners when I did the State of Online Business survey the last 2 years. And so I get a lot of referrals from past clients, from peers, just from people I'm connected to. So that's number one. Number two is SEO, which is part of why I love SEO so much and teaching it and helping my clients with it. Because just this year, I had someone who found a blog post of mine from 2017. Like she was Googling something. I think she was kind of looking for reviews and insight. Found my blog post where I tell people that Wix is awful and you shouldn't use them. And it convinced her, one, to not use Wix, and two, to hire me. Even though it wasn't that much of a hard sell in the post, but that post from 2017 led to a client. And that to me is bananas and also very cool. And then lastly is social media. I do enjoy social media. I don't really get burnt out on social media. And I think that's because to me, I don't look at social media as like, okay, well, this post better perform or else I'm not going to get a client and I need more clients, because I have so many referrals and so many clients that find me through SEO. And I was just telling someone the other day that, I don't really go viral on social media. My Instagram views are trash just like everyone else, but I'm kind of used to it. Like, as sad as that sounds, I've never been someone that had good views. I've never been someone who had a huge audience. And so I'm just kind of used to being in the 200 views jail of, of Instagram, but I'm still able to connect with people. And because Instagram is so low pressure for me, I think I have more fun with it. And I've found when you have more fun with your content and you show more of your personality instead of trying to be like so professional and educational, and you actually like loosen up and have fun, the content actually does better and people enjoy it more because you enjoy it more. So yeah, I get clients from referrals, SEO, and social media. But I share all this because I just want to remind you that there is not one holy grail marketing channel. Again, I'm not anti-email list. I think you should have an email list. But I also want to remind you that you do not have to force a tool or a channel to do a job that it's never been good at for you. For so long, I tried to force it and I felt bad that I could not get it to work. I hired people, I got templates, I did trainings, and it just, for whatever reason, does not work for my business and my offers and my audience. So I think you should find the most sustainable path and lean into what already works in your business instead of chasing what should work. So, like, if your email list is also not working, you're not broken. Maybe you can find if there's another channel that is not working for you and is draining, like maybe you need to put up a 9-grid static grid on Instagram. Maybe you need to sign off of Threads if it's not working for you. Whatever it is, pay attention to what is working, pay attention to what you do enjoy, and lean into that instead of trying to force some other channel just because everyone else is saying you, quote unquote, should use that channel. Find a way to kind of be passive with it or just log off completely. It's totally up to you. It's your business. So that's my homework for you today. I would love to hear from you. If you want to DM me on Instagram and talk about your email list with me, maybe you relate to how I feel about email. Maybe you're like, hey, I have an idea for you. You should try something. I'm all ears. But otherwise, I will see y'all in the next episode.